This is Benjamin Early, and I'm joined today with one of Westside Future Fund's dedicated volunteers, Mr. Tony Carter from Soccer in the Streets. Tony, how you doing today, man?
Doing all right, man. Maintaining as best as I can during this crazy time. How about yourself?
Okay. Whew. I'm doing all right, man. I'm all right. So I wanted to start just by thanking you and the Soccer in the Streets team for all the help that you guys are over at 970 Jefferson Street for Westside Future Fund's weekly food distribution effort. Every week when I go over there, I see you guys bright and early, ready to work. So I just wanted to acknowledge and thank you for all your continued support there. So tell us a little bit about what Soccer in the Streets is as an organization, what you guys' mission is, and what you got going on.
Soccer Streets, we're a nonprofit here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we offer free to low cost soccer here in the Atlanta area. And basically, it's providing access to the game of soccer. Um, Soccer, for many people, you might recognize that it's almost like a country club sport. It shouldn't be that. It costs nothing to play really much. And yet, and still here in America, we have monetized the you know what out of it. And so we provide access to the game. With that, we're also making it so we're looking to have kids become, young leaders, cultivating healthy lifestyles and also making a healthy community as well, trying to, impact the communities that they live in as well too.
Talk a little bit about some of the more significant impacts that Soccer in the Streets has had or is looking to have specifically on Atlanta's West Side.
Well, specifically on the West Side, obviously we try to use soccer as the foot in the door with a lot of kids, and the way it looks is obviously soccer is kind of like the hook. It's a game that we're trying to teach them, teamwork, anything that you'll learn in any other sport, from football to basketball. But soccer is something else that is another pathway to learn some skills that you can learn from any type of team sport. And so we do that part first. But the other part is that we use that foot in the door to start providing opportunities that they might not have available to them due to just circumstances where they might live or just where they might be or whatever. And so with that being said, we're looking to have opportunities where, have college readiness, job readiness. You're looking to have opportunities where they can have financial literacy. We've been fortunate enough to partner with some banks locally to not only have the educational aspect of learning how to maintain and operate and budget and everything, but then to have money into their account if they work for us. We also offer a referee program that some kids in the West Side are participating in as well too. So not only are they learning skills of being a referee, is also allowing them to have a job, and then if they've taken those financial literacy classes, then they have earn that money, have the bank account, and managing that money, and trying to avoid going into overdraft systems or situations for themselves. So, it's looking to use soccer as a means to learn various aspects of being a positive citizen in this space that we live.
So, Tony, what are some of the things that participants in Soccer in the Streets' program have to look forward to both on and off the field?
So on the field, what we do is we're trying to provide a way for them to learn the game of soccer. Obviously, soccer is the first part of what we try to do. And so, whether it be weekly practices and training camps as well too, and then weekend games. Some localized, some even have the travel opportunity to travel against other clubs and teams within the metro area. So we provide that aspect, but the other aspect, the off the field component, like I mentioned, the part with the referee to having a job and maintaining that part. We offer that, but then we also look to provide opportunities for them to, be prepared going to life after soccer in the streets, life after high school. So those opportunities might be, trying to get your resume built up and the right things that you should have on a resume. How to dress for a job interview, how to dress when you're on an actual job, how to conduct yourself professionally, those opportunities, to try to make sure they're aware of things that it's not just how you conduct yourself with your friends and family, but also how you present yourself to the world and also how you present yourself on social media as well. We try to cover those aspects to be prepared that, people are watching and looking. And then also, we want to make sure that they are being productive citizens or they're also being exposed to things that they might not normally have a chance to experience. So enrichment opportunities, whether they're going to museums, going to plays, and then also right there in the backyard of Vine City, you have the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and one of the best teams in the country of Atlanta United. So, to provide opportunities where they can go see a game and participate in various ways. Back when the MLS Cup final happened, when Atlanta won, we have Vine City kids walking out with the players on the MLS Cup final. So to be a part of that historical moment within Atlanta sports history, we have Vine City kids right there at that moment. It was a
That's
beautiful day.
super cool.
Well, understanding just how COVID-19 has impacted the entire world and, including businesses and nonprofits, how are you guys coping with the current pandemic? What are some of the impacts that it's had on your day to day?
We've been fortunate enough that our doors are still open, and so to adjust and adapt, just like many other nonprofits and other businesses and organizations are trying to figure out how to do. We had to pivot and try to figure out how you do this at home thing. Obviously with the schools, they've had to do their at home lessons and at home homework and doing the Zoom calls and everything like that. And so we kind of put the feelers out of what do our families need at that time. And they kind of came up with two big responses. And the first response was handling this like, okay, we need help with homework and dealing with, at home assignments. So we were fortunate enough to partner with DC Scores. It's a part of the America Scores Network, and their focus is actual education. And so they had a curriculum that they kind of passed on to us. And each week, coaches within the program, Vine City coaches, West End coaches, coaches all across the Metro Atlanta have been connecting with players on their teams and having one-on-one calls where they're discussing tough subjects of inclusion, diversity, community, courage, all those things that are actually quite relevant to what's going on with our current events right now. So to have those discussions and to have those homework sessions, it's been great for coaches to hear and experience, our kids on a different level. It's more than just seeing them on the field or just seeing them at going to a museum, but to actually hear their thoughts and opinions on these thought-provoking subjects has been quite enlightening for the coaches and for the families involved. So we had that first part. And then the second part has been the food. Um, Families had expressed that food had been an issue for them. And so that was one of the reasons why we partnered with Westside Future Funds to show up and help do the food delivery system. But we've also been fortunate enough to partner with like Oz Pizza down in East Point, where we're providing pizzas to families. First it started at East Point, and now we're coming over to the West End and the West Side as well. And then we are also doing some other deliveries and food deliveries in Clarkston as well too. And we are also looking just to we also got deliveries as well from Super Jennies. We were fortunate enough to gain some soups from them as well too. And so again, those two major things that we look to adjust and pivot as far as what we do was, to do the at-home connection with the kids and making sure that we could still challenge them, intellectually. And then, but along with those intellectual challenges, we're still working on soccer skills. At the end of the day, we're still a soccer organization. So we had YouTube videos that we uploaded with our coaches doing some skills and drills for the kids to practice while at home. So yeah, that's the way we've kind of handled it, through food and also through the at-home skills.
And final question for you, Tony. How can people get involved who want to support soccer in the streets and help further you guys' mission on the West Side to impact youth?
Donate. Not going to be shameful about it. Donate, donate, donate. That's the number one way. And if they want to donate, they can visit our website, soccerstreets.org. There is a donate button on that website. That is the number one way, and I think the best way. But obviously, times are hard, and people are looking to do other avenues of how they can support us. And we're not a big volunteer platform as far as people being involved, but we do have opportunities here and there where we might need some volunteer work. And so what I would suggest is, follow us on the socials and stay connected for those opportunities. We've had opportunities where sometimes last year we had a game between the West End and Vine City players at the Home Depot backyard, and we had fans and volunteers come and be supporters. And so there were supporter groups for those teams that day. And the kids, they loved it to have, to hear their names shouted during those games by strangers who were actually having like billboards up for them. poster boards up for them and everything. Great experience. So, check out the socials for those opportunities. And also, again, I'm gonna say it again: donate if you can. $5, 10 cents, whatever you can, we'll take.
All right, Tony, that's a wrap, man. I appreciate you sitting down to talk with me today, and we appreciate everything that you and Soccer in the Streets continue to do to have a positive impact on the West Side, man. You keep up the good work, and I'll see you Thursdays.
And we will be out there, the team, and I want to give a shout out to Robin and Raquel.
Yeah.
I rock with y'all, even though y'all give me a tough time each week. I love y'all. We'll be there Thursday along with my coaches and managers. You can expect us there Thursday morning, bright and early.